Yeah.
According to Lake Expo, an Illinois man is accused of attempting to kidnap a woman from a local Jiffy stop in the early hours of Friday, September 16th, after allegedly following her from her job. Now, the probable cause statement, and they identify the woman in the story as TP, was at Lake Ozarks Jiffy stop on Bagnell Dam Boulevard about 1:40 in the morning when a man in a black Hummer approached and tried to talk to her. TP told police the man tried to grab her through the car window, grabbing her arm and forcing her toward him as he tried to get her into the vehicle. Now, TP was able to break free and ran into the store where she alerted the attendant. The vehicle left the Jiffy stop when TP ran inside the store. It's crazy to think, you're at a gas station, it's well lit, it's well heavily populated area, a lot of traffic on Bagnell Dam Boulevard, even at 1:40 in the morning. And when police arrived, TP gave the description of the car, and the officers actually caught up with the black Hummer with Illinois registration in less than 2 minutes. So great work by the law enforcement on this one. TP was transported to the traffic stop, and the subjects were placed within view of her. When she was shown the first subject, and this is where the story gets a little weird because there was confusion on how many people were involved, but the first suspect, she stated that he was not the one who grabbed her, but when the officer brought 46-year-old Ryan Gaddy to the front, TP curled up in fear and began shaking, stating, "That's Tim. That's him." Now here's what the sad part is. She stated that she has seen the man follow her from her job at Camden on the Lake. Employees at Camden on the Lake later told officials they had seen Gaddy's vehicle driving around the parking lot for 4 nights leading up to this. So the officers reported she was shaking uncontrollably, and when cars would drive by, she'd hide behind their patrol car. Gaddy's charged with second-degree kidnapping, fourth-degree assault, and is currently detained in Miller County Jail on a $100,000 bond. This guy had a rap sheet a mile long. Mostly from Illinois: domestic battery, criminal trespass, aggravated domestic battery with strangulation, domestic battery, aggravated domestic battery, and domestic battery with strangulation. So this guy had a history of assault, and you see all those charges. Luckily, the woman was heads up, got away, ran inside, and the law enforcement were able to catch up with them and arrest him. And as you know, he's being held on a $100,000 bond. But that is scary, especially for someone like me who has a young lady, a little daughter at home who just turned 2, by the way. I have this one behind me because that's the last
Happy birthday.
photo before she was born. Can't believe it's been 2 years.
I know.
But when having her, these stories take on new legs. I mean, you already have all these fears. And to see something like that, it just kind of scares you, man. When Brinley gets to that age and she's able to be out by herself, and so that's super scary. And luckily, the ending of this story much better than it could have been, especially considering his history.
Yeah, I mean, all that criminal activity, and he finds his way here at the Lake of the Ozarks. It's so scary, and especially for, it concerns mostly women. You don't hear of a whole lot of guys, trying to be, stolen off the street and stuff like that. But you hear it a lot about the women. So, the ladies have to be particularly careful and safe and all that stuff. But yeah, stories like that are very frightening because, sometimes they don't turn out well,
right.
Where the people do get taken and stolen and traffic. I mean, there's a whole lot of talk in our country today about human trafficking because of the crisis down on the border. It's very, very, very real.
And it's very real here at the lake.
Exactly. Yeah. So, stories like that are really scary. We like to bring them up and talk to them because we like to remind people you have to be
diligent. You got to keep your head on a swivel. Yep. Always be aware of your surroundings at all times, especially, as you said, if you're a female and you're out and about alone. It's utterly important. And what's crazy is you look at the rap sheet of this guy, Gaddy, you look at the time, it's very clear he was up to no good, didn't have pure intentions. And so, again, good work to the local PD on this one, and much better outcome than it could have been.
Yeah, thank goodness.